Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to Jtwes, and welcome to our next installment of working on these cultivating arms, a project which I've been wanting to do. And you know how you put things off and you finally like, okay, you know, we can't work on Super A yet. We need to get these cultivating arms fixed for the tractor. But before we do that, some house cleaning stuff before I get my hands too totally dirty. I have, you know, in reading the Bible, you know, I like having, me personally, this is me, I like trying to read it, you know, straight through and stuff. And I have in the past read it from cover to cover in a year. And I liked having a little schedule to do that. And the one I had gotten real thin and wore. And, you know, I looked online and I just couldn't find one that I liked. So about a week ago, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna make me one. So I'm not good at the pages or numbers in the Apple system. That's what you use to either write letters or spreadsheets and stuff like that. And but we worked through it, and I made a Bible reading schedule. It's for a year, and it says, you know, it says daily Bible reading schedule, and it's got new life on it. But I'll tell you guys something in a second. A little picture and stuff, and then on the inside, it's got the months, like January, you start with Genesis and go on and so forth. And then, you know, you can go all the way down to Revelations on December 30th, 31st. And it's just something, one page folds up, put in your Bible. You can, you know, I guess the reason why I'm showing you guys, if anybody would like a copy, just email me your address and I'll mail you one. I'll print it out, and matter of fact, I'll put your name right here. I'll take that out and put, you know, if it's Cousin Scott, you know, I'll put Cousin Scott right there. Cousin Scott's Bible reading schedule, or what have you. And I know he won't mind me using his name for that. But anyway, if anybody'd like one, y'all email me your address and the name you want on it. I'll send you one. Be glad to do it. Okay, where are we at on the arms? I've done a little bit more, so where we picked up, let's catch up from where we were the other night when I left off. Today's a lot better as far as doing this. I really should have my other glasses, Sammy. But anyway, we may change them out. So if you see different glasses in the video, you'll know what happened. This is how I plan on filming this, guys. It may be a video where I don't get to say, you know, goodbye, thank you for watching, and my normal deal when I try to end a video. It may be a video where I film a little bit today, and so if you see my clothes change or something, and it's the next day, because doing a video like this, it's very slow pace working on things, but I don't want to hinder your guys' video with that slow pace of work. I want to be able to say, okay, you know, we did this and this and this in that video, so it may take a couple of days to make that video. So this series of videos may be a little different from what we normally do. We'll try to, and speaking when I say change of clothes, you probably notice I wear these work pants more when I'm doing stuff like this because, well, quite frankly, they're rentals. They have insurance on them. And if Cintas can't get them clean, then you don't have to worry about it. So that's why we try to wear these when we're working on the tractor and stuff. But this is where we're at. I did get these bolts out right here. This arm right here had these. It wasn't that bad. They had that in it. This arm is the one that I had, the ones that I was really scared of, which is these right here. But they come, you know, they come out. What we did, we put, I think it was a 3/4 socket, put a 3/4 on that gun, and we just bumped it a little bit. Bump, bump, bump. We just bumped it a little bit, and it started, it just, you know, it moved. I was like, oh man. And they come out. As we're sitting here talking about all this stuff, watched a video last night, Moore's Farmalls. Definitely not trying to steal any of his thunder or anything, but he was showing how he takes these things, and it makes sense. I mean, you know, because they're actually cut from the factory here, and he'll actually tighten up on these things and tighten his arms up on them. And I watched him do it on the video, and I seen him do it, and it's kind of like Vice Grip Garage says, I don't believe it, but I guess I got to because I'm watching it. But even still, I watched him do it. I'm still so scared to do that. But I mean, he says, hey, if you loosen up on this top bolt right here, you can tighten this up. And I know he's right, because why else would International just not make this a solid piece altogether? Why would they go to the trouble of, you know, making a cut there, making this cut there where it could draw up on it? And I'm sure it's engineered to do that. Now, hopefully we won't have to do no tightening on these much, but the old set on the Farmall tractor, we may work on them a little bit, and we may experiment with tightening those up when the time comes and just see, and we may even do it before we take them off the tractor, just to see if we can tighten them up on the tractor. But anyway, I don't know what this bolt is. This is the bolt that comes in from the bottom right here on this, comes up into the arm, bolts here. We chased the threads on that. Nothing like good old camera work. I mean, good old live video. But anyway, guys, you can see she's ready to go. I chased some of the cuff, not that one. Some of the cuff bolts, I chased those. This one still had factory black paint on it right here. And I actually am going to use 2 new ones. After chasing these 2, the threads will real wore out right here and right here. We're going to keep them for emergency spares, but I don't think we're going to use those. We're going to use 2 new ones. All right, what I've been using is just some motor oil. Nothing fancy, just something to keep it lubricated as we chase this thread out. I don't know why, but I just love chasing old threads. I love taking old bolts like this and cleaning them up. Getting all the threads back new again. It's just one of those things that I call oddly satisfying. Still a little bit stiff. She's getting there. Ooh, ain't that pretty? Nice clean threads all the way down. And we're still going to wire brush this, and it's not going to hurt it to wire brush it with some clean threads. Let's do the cap now. All right. Now we got the tap, and he drops it. Yay! And what's your favorite saying, Sammy?
About the brake cleaner?
Yeah.
If you use too much, you're gonna see sounds and taste colors.
Sammy says if I use too much brake cleaner, I'm gonna see sounds and taste colors, guys. I think you've been watching too much TV. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, look at there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All cleaned up, ready for some never sees. We'll paint these bolts black, put never sees on them when we put them back on. All right, so we did those. Oh, meant to show you earlier, guys. This one, we did heat this knuckle up a little bit, this part here, and heated that cap. But these have been tapped and cleaned and are ready to go. So is this one. It's ready to go. So these are the cuff hangers. This will hang that. We do have a few of these bolts I'm gonna tap. We'll do a couple of those in a little bit, and they go right in there. And I'll probably buy this bolt right here, the one that went down in here. We'll probably buy that. So we'll stop right here on the tapping a little bit, and let's wire brush something. Let's work on this arm right here a little bit. Get a little rust out of this hole right here. Yeah, it feels pretty good. It's gonna be super hard to try to, I guess I could get one of those little brushes and get in here. Which this part right here certainly is not as important as some of the other that we were doing on top. But yeah, she's gonna have a little pitting in it where it sit outside for so long. But it's nothing that a cuff pin cares about. Looks good. What you say we clean up let's clean up an arm. See how that's gonna do. Threw dust all over the table here. So we did an arm, but it's pretty clean. Y'all can see here that, you know, wipe her down good with something, and she's ready to paint. I'm gonna kind of, if you notice, I'm kind of putting my greasy hands all over it to put a little film on there, and that piece is ready to paint. We just need a sunny day. Just like that, guys. Oh, 2 or 3 hours has went by, maybe 4, I don't know, I lost count. What did we get done? So today, we've got these bolts cleaned up. These are the bolts that go in the bottom of these right here. And that's all cleaned up and ready to go. We did some of the bars. I just touched it with a grinder right here, just touched it where it kind of brads that over a little bit. That's just gonna make it easier to slide in and out of here is what that's going to do. These, you know, to my surprise, guys, I've always thought that these were like a steel, but they're cast too. I mean, you can see the indentions in the sand mold right here on this thing. This was cast piece too, so that was cast, and I didn't know that was cast, but you can see the little sand in it. But cleaned up great. We got all the bolts chased. We'll take these to Rogers and put him on his wire wheel grinder. We'll get it out. I even was able to run a chase down and get these two in there and chase them out. So we got to clean these up. and these 2 arms, and I think we'll be ready for some paint. So hopefully, I don't know if this is the end of the video. If it is, it is. If it's not, then you'll see me come back in a minute on a new scene. Oh, I know what I was gonna tell you. It's pretty neat because these little cuffs right here, I was looking at this one. See how it's flat all the way across? Flat all the way across. Well, this one had a big old divot right here, and I was able to take and, you know, just grind it. I mean, I bet it come up 1/4 of an inch. It was like a square piece, probably from the casting because it's cast also. But was able to smooth that up and clean that up good. So, oh, and these, everything's working great. Just touch these little bolts up a little bit. Working great there. But it's gonna look good. So stick around. We'll keep on going. Another day has passed. Actually, 2 days. We took off Sunday. So we did quite a bit Saturday, and of course you've seen it on the video and stuff. This is the idea we had today, and I've done one off camera because I want to see how it's going to come out. But this part right here, I was a little bit worried about drilling into the top of this. Don't know how this is going to work. I do know by drilling into the top of it, it's probably technically better to drill into the top of this as far as the amount of grease. But this is the idea I came up with on this. I took that pin and I drilled a hole here and drilled through and met in the middle. So when that goes on the tractor, that'll be right there. And of course, you know, there's a chance where this thing could be turned downward and it wouldn't be getting no grease upward. So we may mark this bolt that I will turn it and make sure it's up when I put grease in it. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably notch the top of this thing right here. Notch the top so I'll know it's up. And because I'm not gonna grease this thing every day. I mean, I may grease it in the spring, in the fall, and that's about it. And so I'll notch this thing so I'll know it's on top. Put a pump of grease in it, and then it can move around and around. I think what I've decided for now is I'll do a grease fitting in the bolts for the top of these, and that's what that's gonna come out to be. Let's put some grease in it, see what it does. All right, grease gun, 1 pump. Woo, look at there. All right, so that'll be all right there. That will be fine. Now we got to clean that out. Look at there, guys, what I do to show y'all stuff. Now we got to clean that out so we can paint this thing. All right, so all we got to do before paint, and I may have mentioned this earlier in the video, but that was a couple days ago, is finish sanding, which we're not going to do that. I wanted to show you my ideas on the grease fitting. We'll drill these. I'll show you later. It just consists of oh gosh, what was that size? You know, by your grease fitting size. 1/4 by 28 thread, and we have plenty of those in here. We got some little ones like that, and then obviously we got some bent ones if we want to do a bent deal on it. So we're going to do that. I just wanted to close out this video because I didn't get a chance to really do it good the other day. God bless you. God loves you. Look forward to painting next. Painting to be next. Be our next video. And then after that, we'll be putting it on the tractor and leveling it up. So we'll see you.